It's crazy. No, like, it's really crazy how we can create situations in our head and try to think about our reactions. Like, if someone caught me in line at Wendy's, oh, you must be crazy. Or if someone tried to rob me, well, I was taught you just let them have it. But I wonder if I was taught to stand my ground, what I would do instead. I've thought about what I would do if I ended up being murdered. I'd hope I had gotten the chance to tell my family I'd love them before I took my last breath, but as many times I played back all these scenarios, I never pictured having my body stolen from me. You see, it happened to me. I thought I'd stab the dude, I thought I would fight, I thought I would scream until God sent his angels down to come and wipe the tears from my face, but maybe it's the memory lapses. But I don't seem to recall anyone coming but him, and I screamed. It just didn't leave my mouth, and I fought, but my hands were just like weights, and I got up and I walked out the door, but it felt like someone tied cinder blocks to my legs, and I did all of these things, but not apparently in this reality. You see, in this story, my words were smothered. In this reality, I was the deer in headlights. I was Bambi, just learning to love life, still learning to walk. You see, rape is both robbery and murder, but you label it a misunderstanding. Our names are given taglines and 10-word buzz articles as if our bodies are just your trauma porn news cycle at 11 p.m. You label me as having a misunderstanding. You know, I still see his eyes. And I remember his name, and I still know the smell of that hallway walking to his dorm. And although I can never say it out loud, I still know the number hanging on the door. In this story, I fell victim to someone who saw my desire of love and used it as their weapon. I never really forgave myself for feeling like my want for love was my weakness. You see, in this story, I was hurt for so long. I felt like nothing. I tried to find love, tangled up in other people's bed sheets and packaged in their pain. I thought if I could fix other people, maybe it would mask the fact that I just couldn't fix myself. I couldn't help myself. In this story, I wish I could just remove some chapters. But that's the thing about life. I guess we just played the hand we were dealt. And although some of these wounds would be non-existent and some of my pages would still be intact, I am glad to now be survivor. I no longer hang my head in shame and walk in the other direction. I used to hide at the sight of you. Well, I will no longer fall prisoner because your actions, they do not define me. I was power, I was love, I was beauty, I was promise, I was happiness, and goddamn it, I still very much am. You don't win. In this story, I took the pen back and my narrative with it. And although some sentences got a little dark, although some chapters we don't often flip to, I will always strive for the lights. And although I feel I can never save myself, I will try to be a shoulder for others, a resource. I'll be a guide. I'll be everything I wish I had from the day I first laid my eyes on you. You see, in this story, I will be everything you thought you could take from me. I will forgive myself because crying, it will not turn back the hands of time, and I will not continue to shed another tear for you. And now and forevermore, I will no longer be your prisoner because in this story, you don't own me. You never did, and you damn sure never will.